What's up, everyone? My name is Krizik Blackknuckles, but you can call me Krizik. If you want to call me Blackknuckles, I know a great spot for a bar brawl, you weak-kneed mouth breather. I'm a goblin barbarian, and you can usually find me in the underground biting pits of Waterdeep. Swing, swing! Take that, you slimy rat! Ha ha! If I'm not there, you can also find me playing trumpet at the Yawning Portal with my band, Two Napkins Juicy. We're pretty good, I think. Anyway, if you... Hey, who are you calling tone deaf, you weasel face? Come here!
Oh, hello. My name is Marv, and I am a kobold. I'm also a cleric for the kindest, most gentle and beautiful five-headed dragon goddess in all of the realms, Tiamat. I have left my home cave to travel the surface lands, spreading her good name and blessings. I've quickly made some new friends, and now, every night, we make different noises together that some people seem to enjoy.
Natal Burdun hails from the city of Heartsvale, tucked into the meadow below the mighty ice spiders in northern Faerun. She split her time between the forests, growing her druidic abilities, and the city, where she grew up on heroic tales of her cousin Tavis Burdun, a ranger of legend and renown. Though she's still young for a Firbolg, she begged her cousin and guardian to send her on her own adventure, hoping to create a safety net for his cousin and hopefully help curb her habit of playing pranks on the advisory council. Tavis has sent her to Waterdeep to join the Emerald Enclave in order to bring back knowledge back to the city of Heartsvale. Her hometown has seen an increasing amount of dark creatures come down from the spires and need help to find the root of the problem.
My name is Valtreya, of House Margister. But trust me, being of noble birth isn't all it's cracked up to be. I'm constantly asked to use my sorcerer's abilities for the good of the family, Valtreya. Well, sometimes the difference between good and evil isn't always clear. As an Aasimar, this causes a bit of a moral dilemma. When Natel's cousin Tavis asked if I would accompany her south to Waterdeep, I of course jumped at the opportunity. I would finally show my family that I don't need their constant supervision to succeed. Plus, someone has to keep her out of trouble.
Hey, Ennui here. Gods, this city can suck. But the most brilliant, and sadly underrated, artists in all of Waterdeep just asked me to help them out. Which I'll do, so long as my parents don't find out I'm out past curfew.
I am Thoughtsy. I am the Wanty warlock of the group. I'm a little bit quieter and a little bit more reserved than some of the other party members. So after the concerts and while we're on our missions, I'm running around making sure we're not eating people and we're staying focused. But for everything that I put into the group, I'm also going through some kind of internal issues that I'm sure I'll feel up to sharing with the rest of our party, and I'll grow to trust them with my internal turmoils a little bit more as we go along.
My name is Sneezewort Gurgleguts. I'm the finest goblin bounty hunter in all of Waterdeep. Nobody knows this filthy city better than I do. If you get a fugitive you need captured, I'm your man. Goblin. I'm not one of those fancy rangers who prance around the forest all day. The cobblestone jungle's where I roam, honing my investigation skills at the Sneezewort People Capturing Agency. If you want my help, bring gold, bring jewels, maybe bring food, but no dogs.
Welcome, everybody, to Table Hops. We are now going to be continuing our Waterdeep Dragon Heist campaign, and if you tuned in last week, we kind of left on a big, heart-wrenching cliffhanger as a fireball just obliterated the party. And today we're going to see what fate comes upon these heroes. You might notice our friend Kenzie is going to be role-playing a different character tonight, and some of you who have seen our past episodes might already have been able to figure out who that is, or remember who that is. Yes, there's a big hint. Axl Rose, ladies and gentlemen. So. All right, so we're going to get right in it. We're going to do this a little differently today. I'm going to read a little introduction, and then we have a few little sort of almost epilogues for three of our characters, and we'll see how this goes. Firemail in the chat has an Applejack handy to toast our fallen heroes tonight. Yes, I think there will be some tears shed. I hope, not to be malicious, but that means we made a good story if it pulls you in one way or the other.
Or perhaps.
So let's go ahead and begin with a quick little recap in case you weren't here last time, just so we can, all experience that again together today.
Great. Yep. Yeah.
You're in for some fun if you weren't here last week. Just heads up.
Spoiler alert.
The heroes tracked the Stone of Golorr, this artifact that they've been hunting for sessions now, to the lair of a necromancer named Mirklav, and they tracked him down to the sewers under Waterdeep. They destroyed an army of skeletons that he was planning on unleashing. They witnessed a battle between Mirklav and a group of Kenku, who were apparently sent by the Xanathar Guild to retrieve the stone. The Kenku escaped with the stone, and Mirklav decimated the party with a fireball spell. And then he went and chased after the Kenku. Our adventure tonight is going to start immediately after that fireball hits. Just so everyone is in where this is, so it makes sense as to how this is taking place. So, knows who's who at the Yawning Portal today. We're going right into it. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
No.
All right after.
Oh, I think I pointed out if the character is us, it's right in the fireplace.
We found him! That's great.
That's the only joke, because I'm going to be pretty miserable in a few minutes.
Alrighty, here we go, everybody. Starting off right at the fireball blast. The sound of merriment and clinking glasses fills the air of the Yawning Portal. Three Strings strums the final chord of his ballad to a roar of cheers and raised mugs of overflowing ale. And now, bellows Jernin from behind the bar, the moment you've all been waiting for. 2 napkins juicy! The entire tavern erupts in applause, and you feel the vibration of their stomping in the old floorboards of the tavern as their cheers echo in the stone void of the tavern's namesake. Bonnie embraces Three Strings as the couple turns to watch your performance. Renair and Floon sit with Volo, sloppily raising their glasses, which you assume are far from their first drinks of the evening. Yagra Stonefist is sitting in one corner, with Istrid and Davil, who are both in a heated discussion, no doubt plotting some black network scheme. Yagra's attention is completely engaged in the band, however, and she gives a conspirational wink over the rim of her mug. A hissing sound takes your attention to the other side of the tavern, where you see steam emanating off of Embrick's broad shoulders. The Fire Genasi glares at Avi, who is crying with laughter, an empty mug positioned over his husband's head. Embrick playfully shoves Avi before pulling him in for a kiss, gesturing to Jernin to bring 2 more ales to their table. Your heart is filled with warmth as you prepare for your performance, surrounded by the friends you have made in the short amount of time since your first experience in the old tavern. The first notes of your song echo away to silence. The stone floor of the sewer resonates heat, which you find strange in the cold and damp environment. The smell of sulfur hangs in the air, as a memory of blinding light and searing pain overtakes your senses. A hiss of moisture, being evaporated by the remnants of Mirklav's fireball spell, is the only sound you can recognize over the ringing of the ears from the explosion. You think you see a hint of movement, and perhaps voices? It all starts to fade. You're so tired. All you want to do is let go. And now we're going to start with Natel. So, Natel, in the Facebook chat, I'm going to send you the longest message I've ever sent you.
Okay.
And this is going to be what happens to you. And here we go, everybody. Let me just... Didn't realize how long this was till I cut and paste it. There you go. The eyes say it all, everybody.
Natel pulls her furs tighter around her body, fighting against the cold of the surrounding forest. Waterdeep has made me soft, the Firbolg thinks to herself as she attempts to track Tavis's footprints towards Icewind Dale. She can't help but feel a nagging thought in the back of her mind. What am I forgetting? She wonders. As she wanders through the darkening forest, voices begin to play in her mind. What are they saying? Was that something about rats? She turns to her friend Valtreya to ask if she hears the voices as well, but there's no one beside her. A small shadow moves in her periphery, and she is surprised as an instinctual "Marv, don't eat that," escapes her lips. Marv. Her eyes fill with tears as memories of the kobold and goblins of her friends flood her mind. A faint cry of pack tactics echoes through the trees, and Natal looks with hope towards the source of the sound. But she is alone. Her pack is gone. She falls to her knees in the snow, head in her hands. Natal slowly looks up and studies the track she is following. She realizes in horror that she is following the circle of her own footsteps. The darkness envelops her as all hope is extinguished. Not yet, my child, a voice calls. Natal doesn't hear the voice so much as it fills her mind. Who? Natal asks, staring into darkness. Your time is not yet come, the voice continues. Jareth? Natal calls to the dark, her memories of the Lady of Falconmere returning to her. You are a stubborn one, Natal, the voice continues. When I task my summer striders, I expect them to follow my command with no question. There's a sternness to the voice that chills Natal's very core, mimicking the shivering of her body in the snow. Instead, you refuse to divulge the identities of the very doppelgangers I tasked you with finding. For what reasons? A fire begins to burn inside Natal as she yells into the darkness, because they meant no harm, because all they want to do is live in peace, because they deserve to live as much as anyone else, because they were my friends. There's a long silence, and Natal begins to worry that the demigod has abandoned her. You remind me much of myself when I was young, the voice responds softly. The Enclave needs more like you, Natal. Initiates that will further the cause, not with blind obedience, but with heart. I understand I put you in a difficult situation, and I'm sure it won't be the last, but I think you will learn soon the reason for my concerns regarding the shifters. Natal feels a sense of weightlessness as the forest slowly dissolves around her. The Enclave will send reinforcements to Heartsville to help your people, Jareth continues. In the meantime, you have unfinished business to attend to. The fate of Waterdeep now lies with you and the remainder of your pack. Even my power has its limits. After this, your destiny is your own. Rise, Natal. A bright light envelops the furbolg. When her eyes adjust, she finds herself staring at a stone ceiling, figures moving in the dark around her.
All right, Krizik, you're next.
Okay.
Oh god, these are really long.
They're all long. It's great. Come on! It's going to be fun! Krizik yells encouragingly as he puts on his finest garb. Sneezewort looks less than enthused about his fancy clothes. I can't move in this. I feel ridiculous. But Sneezewort, it's not every day we get to go to the opera, Krizik continues, trying to straighten his friend's gaudy bow tie. How often are goblins able to attend such places? We're like the bosh, the fancy people. That's just it, Krizik, Sneezewort replies with a sigh. We aren't fancy people. We're goblins. Sometimes I think you forget that. Krizik looks curiously towards Sneezewort, tilting his head to the side. Well, yeah, of course we're goblins, Sneezewort, but haven't you wanted to be something more? No, exclaims Sneezewort. I'm happy with who I am. I'm proud of it. I'm a green-skinned, rat-eating, dog-chopping gobbo, and I love it. Krizik stares in disbelief as Sneezewort tears off his bow tie and throws it to the ground, stomping over and over. There's a brief moment of silence as Sneezewort catches his breath. Krizik, you're a good friend. Lots of people don't understand us, but we have each other. Sometimes I feel like you aren't happy with who you are, always trying to be like the Longlegs, dressing nice and eating food that doesn't run away from you. I mean, look at your funny wooden legs. Krizik looks over at the stilts leaning against the door, and then down at the collected fabric of the long pants he's wearing to go over top of them. Yeah, I guess I see your point. Sneezewort sighs and puts a hand on his friend's shoulder. Look, buddy, the world might not always understand you. Sometimes they look down on us. Yeah, they usually have to, interrupts Krizik. What I mean to say, continues Sneezewort, is don't let anyone change who you are, or make you feel ashamed for being you. You're a hell of a goblin, Krizik, and a hell of a friend. You know, you're right, Sneezewort, Krizik says after a moment of contemplation. I'm still going to go to the opera, but I'm going as me! He yells triumphantly as he tears off his pants in a single flourish. That's the spirit, Sneezewort says with a smile as Krizik gives him a big hug. You go ahead to the opera. I'm going to sit this one out. Well, if you're sure, says Krizik as he heads towards the door. Maybe we can hunt some rats later? Sure. Sounds nice, says Sneezewort softly. Well, goodbye, Sneezewort, Krizik says as he opens the door. Goodbye, replies Sneezewort, barely above a whisper. Krizik turns one last time to look at his friend, but there's no one there.
All right, and Marv. Jack, if you're watching or you watch later, I hope I did Sneezewort a little bit of justice there.
Yeah, that was good.
It's good.
Definitely not crying yet.
Not even a little.
I think I was the first.
Deep in the subterranean tunnels of the Undermountain, a kobold is hunting a bioluminescent fungus to add to his increasing collection. A faint glow directs his attention down one tunnel in particular. He is surprised to find the glow increases as he makes his way down to the tunnel, and a rising warmth moves against his red scales. He continues to follow the tunnel to a large open chamber. A magnificent waterfall of molten lava pools into a large crevice in the center of the cave. The stifling heat and sudden brightness of the room cause the kobold to raise an arm, shielding his eyes. The shape slowly emerges from behind the torrential lava, and the very foundation of the cave shakes as it moves towards the tiny creature. The actual size of the figure is hard to conceive as various long shapes move away from the central form, silhouetted by the molten conflagration. The kobold looks up at the figure. Oh, hello, my name is Marv. Yes, I know, replies the figure in a low growl that seems to surround the small kobold, almost as if it's coming from multiple mouths. Oh, well, that's good, replies Marv. Have you heard of the blessings of Tiamat? There's a long silence. Yes, I am familiar, the ominous figure replies. Wonderful, exclaims the kobold. She's the best. I think of all the realms, should hear of the most kind and beautiful queen of the dragons. I agree. I couldn't agree with you more, the voice replies in a deep rumble, perhaps a chuckle. Although, sounds the kobold, I have heard terrible rumors people are spreading about Tiamat may have died. How can they say such horrible things? There's no way that could be true, right? Have you seen our living savior? I suppose you could say that, the figure rumbles. I wouldn't worry, young one. Tiamat is very powerful, as you well know, and a being of such magnificence are hard to keep away forever. This is true, says Marv. Wow, you're really big. I'm glad you don't want to eat me. I'm having a little trouble seeing you, though. It's very bright in here. Do not worry, tiny Marv. Just continue to preach the teachings of Tiamat. Perhaps with enough followers, she will rise again. Oh, well, that's a wonderful, blessed day that will be, Marv explains. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get your name. Never mind that now, the voice continues as it moves closer, engulfing Marv in shadow. Marv, the cleric of Tiamat, it is time for you to wake up. Wake up, says Marv. What do you, His voice trails off as 5 large shapes begin to surround him. Marv's eyes grow wide with those shapes as he begins to materialize into faces. As his vision focuses, the face of his companions are looming over him. Oh, hello, he exclaims.
Great job reading those guys. It sounded good in my head, but to hear you guys read it is just so much better.
That was really good, Chris.
Ooh,
those were very
good. Yeah, that was good.
So let's return to the. Let's return to the display. Where I will show you guys. Sorry if you're watching, the display is a little wonky right now as I switch screens. We're going to go to where we were before, where all this took place, if you guys want to find your little tokens there. And I'm going to just adjust the screen here as I'm having a little bit of issues with my frames.
Kat is singing your praises, pretty much, just letting you know.
Oh, good. I'm glad
She
you
should have had
enjoyed.
alcohol ready, and how dare y'all make me feel these feelings.
It was, a little
So,
heart. I didn't
there's
realize.
your review.
Didn't realize how attached to these characters I have become until I started writing this. I'm like, oh, this isn't good. This isn't good.
Yeah, they're very, very good, and I love them very much.
Yeah, me too. So, if you have if you had just said a one of those epilogues, if you would give yourself 1 hit point. And there we go. Now everyone should be able to see where we're at. As you're, so Valtreya is going to be joining us next week, so I'm just going to give her 1 hit point here. We'll have to hear from her when it's her turn to do that. Now, you hear some sounds emanate from this sewer system, and down the stairs you see figures running in. They don't quite come into focus yet, but you hear Ennui's startled gasp, seeing her friends just in the smoking ash of this room. So from this point, I'm going to be Floon. Kenzie, you're Renair, and you should have control of that token. And Ennui, you should see yourself on the map. And with that, guys, we can do this however you want to do it.
Holy fucking shit!
I will immediately run over and try to spare the dying on anybody still on the ground, as best as I can.
I'm closest to Valtreya, so I'm going to try to see if I can, get her where at least she's breathing or something.
Rushing out to Valtreya and just sort of checking to see if she is still with the living, you do feel a very soft breath. She is breathing. She just appears to be in critical condition. You also see that she's rather splayed out, and her hand is just right below Krizik's shoulder. So you assume that, before this went down, maybe she was casting some healing magic of some sort.
Okay.
You do see Krizik, Marvin, and Natel. They're lying on their backs on the ground, but they are kind of moving and moaning a little bit. It seems like they're alive, but that's all you hear.
I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna get up and shake my head and see Sneezewort and Thoughtsy. I'm gonna try to. I'm gonna just keep until I recognize that it's not working. Spare the dying, but they're not coming back.
Your magic doesn't seem to have any effect. It sort of emanates them in a glow, and then that fades away.
Yeah, and Ennui was going to go person to person, but she sees Marv doing this, and it just kind of hits her quicker that if this isn't working, if the cleric can't do it, then she can't. She can't fix it.
I'm even going to try it on Duke.
Duke, whose fur is pretty much burnt off all on one side at this point, is completely immobile and doesn't seem to respond to your magic.
Krizik starts to move, and he sort of blinks awake, and he sits up really slowly, he can definitely still feel burns everywhere, and he sees Sneezewort, and he sees people moving around, and he looks around, and he's like, that was rough, guys. Is everybody okay? Is everybody okay?
Krizik, just take a second, because you're hurt too.
Yeah, but we gotta. We don't know when they're gonna come back. We gotta go after him.
By not getting up.
Don't be an idiot. come on. And he reaches over and he makes a motion like he's gonna like smack Sneezewort. And he's like, come on, Sneezewort, come on, let's go. We gotta go.
Krizik.
What? What?
Not everyone made it, Krizik.
Krizik sort of takes a moment to realize what you're saying, and he looks over at Sneezewort and sort of he looks confused at first, and then he sort of moves over to Sneezewort and starts to shake him, like, wake up, come on, Sneezewort, we gotta go, come on, we gotta go, Sneezewort, let's go, Sneezewort, come on.
He can't, Krizik. He can't.
Well, Krizik looks over at Marv, like, do you have any healing left? Why haven't you gotten him up yet?
He isn't getting up.
He tried.
I don't understand. It's magic.
At this point, I start to sit up, and it just takes me a minute to get my bearings, and I see Krizik trying to wake up Sneezewort, and I realize that he is beyond all help, and I just pull Krizik into me and onto my lap, and I say, there's some things even magic can't fix. And I just hold him.
And I'm kind of moving through at this point because Natal's got Krizik, and even though Natal's hurt, she's okay. I mean, we need to get Valtreya out, but no one's, like, just for the sake of, I've seen Marv tried to heal Thoughtsy, but I'm heading over to see if there's anything. You know, is she breathing? Is she anything? And there just isn't. She's gone too.
When Natal starts to pick up Krizik, he resists a lot. He keeps trying to. He's getting sort of hysterical. Like, he's really trying to. He's still trying to get back to Sneezewort's body, and then after. I mean, he's still really weak, and Natal is just bigger. So eventually, Krizik just sort of he starts crying, like he starts to cry, and then it just sort of builds, and after a while he just sort of like collapses, and he's crying into his hands, and you can hear him saying, like, he's just sort of muttering to himself, but you can hear, like, not Sneezewort, not Sneezewort too, not again, no.
So Floon is in full sobs at this moment. As you look over, he's trying to keep himself under control. Renair, also with tears in his eyes, you do see a slight tremble, which at first you think is sadness, but as you look into the expression on his face, it seems to be like pure rage, seeing that the people that saved his life are now, some of them have passed away.
Yes, this is a very rageful face.
Why aren't they getting up? Though. I understand death. I get it's all death below us. Everything is death. But why did they die? We were looking for a rock. A rock, right? That's all it was? A rock? And they...
It was a rock that led to treasure. And people are greedy, and they will do horrible things for greed, Marv.
I got out of there when I left. It's, you know, everybody is always on the verge of dying. It's not an uncommon thing to wake up and your entire family's slaughtered next to you. You just move on and go about your day, but you don't care. Up here, though, everybody seems to care, but everybody still kills everybody. I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't get it either.
If everybody cares, why are we doing this?
Floon recounts how him and Renair came out of the tavern and saw smoke emanate from apparently a sewer entrance and strange hooded figures running out. And they went to look and investigate. On the way through, they ran into Ennui, and Ennui, knowing that what her compatriots were up to, they put the clues together and ended up finding them down here. Floon and Renaer did see the figures run by and saw the direction they went, but they were moving quickly. And then a small gnome in wizard-like garb chasing after them soon after. If Renaer probably is feeling revenge at this point, Renaer, Kenzie, he's very hot-headed.
Yes, we're gonna go after them right now.
Hey, hold on.
No,
We've got
No.
I'll go after them right now. Y'all heal up.
You're not
and-
going by yourself. You should come back up with us and maybe just be with us.
I would like.
That would be very nice.
Okay.
It looks like Valtreya still needs help.
I'll carry her out.
The first thing is we need to get her, and we need to. I guess we need to take the others somewhere.
Would everyone?
I don't want to leave them down here.
Gather around for just 10 minutes and hang tight for just so that we can get out of here safely. I don't want to lose anyone else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you saying you would like to rest for a short period of time?
No, I would like to spend 10 minutes to cast Prayer of Healing.
Fair enough. Okay.
So yeah.
Before you use another spell slot, I hate getting into mechanics at this point, but I am going to allow you to all do a short rest as long as you're immediately going after the Kenku. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't really want to immediately go after the Kenku.
Fine. Not necessarily doing that, but you are allowed a short rest before you get out of the sewer, is basically what I'm saying.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm not going to let you make you go out on 1 hit point.
I was to say I know some people had on them. There were 2 health potions. I don't know if any got used last time or.
Take Thoughtsy's health potions.
I was gonna say, I think Sneezewort had the other one.
And I still have healing spells left too.
Yeah.
Guys.
I think your comrades would want you to have those potions.
I've got Healing Words and Prayer of Healing. I've still got all of those saved because I was planning on waking us up.
Yeah. Well,
Renaer, you realize that if we're going to get the people home, then perhaps a coach would be the best way to do it. And being a nobleman, you are loaded, so it'd be very easy for you to wave one down.
I put Krizik down, and I just checked myself, and I realized that I've completely lost all of my hair. And I reach up, and I feel like I've lost half of an ear too. It's just completely burnt off. And I go and I pick up Sneezewort, and I go and I pick up Thoughtsy, and I'm like, okay, we need to go now.
Okay.
I'm gonna go over and pick up the piece of shit slab of wood that I constantly use as a shield and see that it's scorched to high heaven, and I'm just gonna leave it down there.
That
it's
works.
not worth it.
Krizik is kind of like, he's stopped crying at this point. But when Natel goes over and starts to pick up Sneezewort's body, he's like, no, I'll do it. I'll carry it. I'll carry Sneezewort.
Please let me carry him.
Oh, I have to. Please.
Can you carry him?
He can.
Yes.
Okay.
He is small but mighty.
He literally has rage to fuel him.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put Sneezewort's body down in Krizik's arms.
So as you know with me, resurrection, no matter where it comes, you don't come back fully whole. I like Natel's flavor of the burnt hair and damaged ear. Krizik and Marv, I need you to do the same thing, and if you don't want to decide now, I can rando for it later.
How I look, you mean?
It could be that, it could be something emotional scarring, it could be something like that, but you don't come back whole.
Well, yeah. So like my besides my tried and true piece of wood that I use as a shield being disintegrated, basically. Marv is he's feeling very empty, and a lot more of Tiamat's sort of presence is in him right now.
Whether he knows it or not.
Yeah, and then he's like maybe one of his little cobalt horns is broken, cracked.
I kind of also felt like you nailed it on the head, where he's kind of feeling remorse for the first time. He's not used to that feeling, so I think that is good. And Krizik, what do you think Krizik is? How does this?
I think when the fireball went off, Krizik dodged. He tried to dodge, and so he kind of threw an arm up in front of his face, but so part of his face, from all up the side of his face, there's a huge burn scar.
Okay.
And because of his mohawk, because it's shaved on the sides, it you can see it his ear on that side is ragged.
Okay.
And it reaches all the way back, and yeah, his mohawk is burned down, it's basically stubble at this point.
All right, very good. So Renair, you and Floon are able to track down a coach large enough to carry your party. Just then, the city watch appears to the scene, smoke rising from the sewer system up into the streets. What would you like to say to them?
I don't even know.
You can say whatever you want. Let's roll for initiative.
Oh god!
Yeah.
In a rage, I'm killing everybody.
I think at this point, Ennui is trying to help get people moved upstairs and just go from there. And do the City Watch say anything to us first, or do I need to start that conversation?
It looks like you are.
Because I don't know how aware of her surroundings she would be. I think someone would have to say something to Ennui first.
I don't stop to talk to them. I just am on autopilot to go to Falconmere to talk to Jareth and figure out what to do.
Because we're obviously we obviously probably look a mess. They're all singed. The rest of us have been crying, things like that. So I mean, the City Watch is going to know something that happened, but I don't know that they're going to imagine that. We murdered these people.
As they approach you and everything's sort of coming into focus, you see a look on their face, not of accusation, but of concern, as they're basically looking to see what happened here. One of the, it looks like to be one of the officers you recognize as one of Sneezewort's friends, Janelle Steelshield. They worked cases before.
Just going to keep killing us, aren't you?
And so they are looking towards you with concern, so they're looking for answers. Natella's rising up with Thoughtsei's corpse in her hands out of the sewers, hell-bent on heading to Falconmere. What
I
would
think
anyone
as
like
it
to say
starts to
these
click
people?
in my head that she's a friend of Sneezewort's, and as Krizik comes up, I sort of hear Krizik coming, and I kind of walk in front of her, and I'm like, you may not want to see this. There was a fireball, and Sneezewort didn't make it. And I'm trying to kind of in that protective sense of look, I don't know if you want to see this. We didn't, kind of way.
As you say this, Krizik sort of appears behind you carrying his friend. She doesn't see the full-on damage done to Sneezewort, but from what you're saying, she does recognize that that's who's being carried out. You see her eyes kind of well up with tears. She looks towards her men as she composes herself, says, help these people however they need it. And they start heading to the coach is ready, and you're able to place the bodies on there.
Yeah, we have one more down below that she's injured. She can't get up on her own. Can you help us get her up? Valtreya. She's alive, but we need to get her back and get some help to her.
So Floon is already trying to help her up, and a couple of the City Watch go down and also assist, and they get Valtreya's body onto the coach as well. The City Watch pays the coachman and basically that's where you get to go. So from here, everybody, we're going to see where our adventure takes us, but I know that Ennui is going to have to depart, and for canon's sake, we're going to say that Ennui is going to accompany me of Valtreya to whatever temple or wherever they're going to get help to heal the fallen compatriot, and we'll see what happens. So stay tuned, everyone. We'll be back in just about 5 minutes. See you soon. The characters made it, some didn't, as we've got a coach to take the adventurers back to recuperate and rest up. The necromancer and Kenku have darted off to the darkness, lost sight of them, and the city watch has come to help the heroes. As you are you walking beside the coach? Are you getting on board, or what are you feeling on this point? Probably pretty worn out.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty worn out. I'm probably riding in the coach or on top of it or whatever.
Okay. Uncharacteristically quiet.
Yeah, I think Krizik is still cradling Sneezeworth's body, but he's sitting in the carriage.
Yeah, I haven't let go of Thoughtsy.
Renair, you may be having a identity crisis at this moment where you haven't really developed this character, but
yeah, I'm sitting here like I don't know how to play like a nobleman.
This guy is just he's a party boy, but he takes himself seriously. And so, like, whenever he takes himself seriously, he takes himself exceptionally seriously, and he tends to dive in head first before. He's very rarely seen serious, but when he's serious, he's full on.
When he's serious, is he like Angelette full fury?
Yeah, usually punch first.
Awesome.
There
Let's
you
go.
There you go.
Big hitty boy.
So what is he thinking now, seeing, these people that he's grown attached to?
Yeah, like they saved my life, so I'm gonna go try to use the weight that I have as a nobleman and pressure people to go after the Renku, or give me the supplies, or Kenku, sorry, and I can go after the Kenku and figure out how to get revenge on them.
All right.
Like, this is gonna be purely revenge driven.
So Renair wants to go after the Kenku and definitely the necromancer.
Yes. Him first. Like,
Krizik, what is your goal at this moment? Or is it still too fresh to really formulate one?
I think Krizik is still somewhat in shock, but it's sort of like there's like a very, very small drop of I can't believe that this is the second time that I've lost someone important to me. And he wants to, I think once he sort of has some more time, I think he'll absolutely want to go after the Stone of Golorr first, because that's the reason they were down there.
Right.
And he wants to find the Stone of Golorr for Sneezewort, and then after that he's going to want to find the necromancer.
Fair enough.
For himself.
Natel, what's going through your character's mind, or your mind?
So, Nutella just feels like a feeling of abject failure. Like she failed to keep her family safe. And Furbolgs only live, with 4 to 10 other creatures at a time. So this was her family. And she wants to go after the necromancer, not out of a sense of revenge, because that's not she never feels the need for revenge. It's not really in her nature, but to protect who is left.
Fair. And how's Marv dealing? What does he want to do?
Marv will, he's feeling very frustrated. He feels like he didn't protect the people with his gifts well enough, and this is the first time in his life he's experienced loss, even though he's lost a lot. He'll absolutely go with Rainier right now to take care of it.
All right, so he's feeling that same need for vengeance. As the coach is slowly moving along, some of the watch begins to disperse the crowd that's gathered at this explosion site. Steel Shield is staying with. You see like a respect on her face for Sneezewort. Apparently their relationship went a little deeper in his bounty hunting expeditions. Apparently they knew each other pretty well. As the cart is slowly moving north, I'm assuming you're going to want to head towards the temple closest to your home, which is the Holy Hands house for Valtreya. That seems to be that's where you guys went to speak with the dead with the gnome. That's probably the best place. Or you can try Falconmere. It's really up to you guys.
I think that's where Natal would go, just because she doesn't know anybody else at any of the temples. She's not from here.
Okay. So the standard operating procedure for the watch would be to take injured people to that temple, because it's open to everyone. It's like an open healing house. It's a hospital, basically. So if you are asking to take them to Falconmere, they could probably be convinced, but they most likely have never set foot in there.
Okay, I think Natal would be more concerned with figuring out how best to honor Thoughtsy and Sneezewort at this point.
Okay.
Not taking care of, hurts.
Fair enough. So with this, I need everybody, all four of you, to please roll a perception check.
Okay, I haven't even pulled up my character sheet.
All right, Natal, as you're looking north towards where the cart is heading with Valtreya and your fallen comrades, and south back towards Falconmere, where a nagging need to discuss things with Jareth is pulling at you, you see a couple of figures. It looks like they're huddled behind a few barrels on one of the cross streets. They seem to be moving up towards you. However, when they see the watch, it tends to dissuade them, and they sort of keep their distance, but they are frantically waving their arms to try and get your attention.
I tell the party to stop.
Are you going to tell the whole coach to start? Because as far as I understand...
Yes, I'm going to tell the entire coach to stop.
All right, so you yell that out, and Steel Shield looks around, she's like, if we must, but your friend is in critical condition. We need to get her to the temple immediately.
Did we not heal Valtreya?
No, she's not dead, but she's unresponsive. She needs to go.
Oh shit! I want a healing word her. Okay.
Well, this is a plot point where she needs to go to the temple.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could disembark from the coach, but it's heading to the hospital. Or you can look closer.
That's fine. I look at Krizik and I'll meet you guys there. And I hop off.
Wait, where are you going?
Hop off the wagon. What would the rest of you like to do?
I'm sorry. I'm having a little trouble understanding the layout right now.
Oh, sure. It's confusing.
Where are we heading, and why, and
so
who is stopping us?
Let me just set the scene again. So on the map, and I'll show everyone at home this green X is about where the explosion happened. The cart is taking Valtreya, who's in critical condition, to the house of the the Holy Hand's house near your manor house to recover her. She's alive, but very injured. Ennui doesn't want to leave her side. She's going to get her the help she needs. This coach is heading north towards that sort of hospital, let's say. While you're riding in this coach, Natel notices a few figures waving frantically at her. And just to make it even more clear, as you look at the figures, you notice that they're quite young. You notice a sort of rotund little gentleman, and then the girl Nat, the mute girl, Squidly, the tiefling is not among them. He's not there, and the two urchins have tears in their eyes, but they look to be afraid of the watch. So now it's basically what you guys like to do.
All right. Yeah, I'll ask Kurzik. Kurzik, would you mind staying with Thoughtsy and Sneezewort? I'm gonna go talk to Jinx and Nat. They're trying to get my attention, but they don't want to get close to the guard.
Chrissy's like, yeah, whatever, yeah.
So, not to railroad you, but I'm kind of hoping you all go check out these kids.
Okay, it's fine.
Right,
I'm ready to go kill the wizard. That's fine too.
Yeah, Krizik. Yeah. If you guys insist that Krizik comes along.
Wait,
then.
is Ennui with?
Ennui's going to be staying with Valtreya to
Valtreya.
make sure she gets the help she needs.
Oh, okay. Well, if Ennui is staying, then I'm like...
Ennui will
Guys,
accompany Valtreya and the bodies of Sneezewort and Thoughtsy to the Holy Hand's house.
Okay.
Okay, then I look at Krizik and Marv. I'm like, Jinx and Nat need our help, it looks like.
Okay.
And at this point, like, I'm not willing to let anybody else I know. So
I think before Krizik leaves the carriage, he'll look at Ennui and say,
Don't let them do anything to don't let them do anything to Sneezeworth's body, okay?
And then he turns.
Wait for us, please.
Yeah, and he turns and takes 2 gold coins out of his money pouch.
Okay.
Assuming it's still in one piece. And he presses 1 gold coin into each of Sneezeworth's hands.
Okay.
And then disembarks.
Very good. So they're in good hands. Ennui will make sure they are safe. And with this, you disembark from the coach and head towards the 2 urchins, wondering where the third one is, as they're usually in a trio. And I just want to say, I am going to be drinking the Too Juicy IPA. I have 2 cans left, 1 for today, 1 for next week. And then they're gone. All right. Whew. So with this, you run up to them, and they're crying. Nat is frantically moving her hands, trying to communicate, and they look to be in a panic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Jinx, can you translate for us? What is Nat trying to tell us?
The boy catches his breath, and he says, "We were just playing. We didn't think anything would happen."
What do you guys mean?
Well, you know the old tower in the dock ward. We were just playing hide and seek, like we normally do, like we did in your mansion. However,
that's how you ended up boiling in a tub.
Yeah, but we're young and we don't think that good. We don't think too good. And then this rogue figure came in, apparently being chased by someone else, and they grabbed Squidly, and we couldn't do anything about it. Please, can you help us?
What do the figures look like?
I mean, the first one had the longest nose I've ever seen.
Like a black piece of shiny nose.
I could just see the shape, but he was wearing a hood, and I just saw this point coming out of his hood.
Yeah, okay, that's one of the bird things. Are there any crates or anything around here?
Sure.
All right, I'm gonna smash one.
Do it. You just smash it in rage, startling Nat as she jumps back.
It's fun, and I pick up the biggest piece and I strap it to my arm. Just point where they are.
quick, follow us. And they start scampering off, darting through alleyways. It's hard to keep up with them as they seem to know the city like the back of their hand. Eventually you come to a large tower. It seems to be in the top of the tower. There's a small light source of some sort, maybe a torch, and you hear some sort of commotion, strange noises, but no words you can decipher.
Okay. Once they show us the building, I bend down to Jinx and Nat, and I tell them to go to back to our house and wait for us there. Under no circumstances are they to come in with us.
Where's the red one?
Huh? What?
Where's the red one? I'm asking where the...
He's the one who got captured by the apparent Kenku.
Okay.
He's in the tower, apparently.
He's in the tower.
Yes.
Okay.
The two urchins look to you. Nat stomps her foot and then does some sort of gesture with her hand. Who Jenk says, "Nat's right. We should come with you. We can help."
No, please don't. We just lost 2 of our party members. I can't lose anybody else today. Please go wait at our house.
Lost? What do you mean?
We'll talk about it later. Just please go wait for us, and we'll be back.
All right. The two sort of huddle up, and then Jenk says, "Well, you've always been there for us. We'll do what you say. We'll meet you back at your house."
Thank you.
And the 2 urchins disappear. The tower looms in front of you.
Music squares his shoulders, and he's the first one to head to the door.
Oh, okay. I'm second, apparently.
You gotta
I've got
keep up with
longer
my little
legs,
legs.
so I get in front.
You catch up quick.
All right, hold on. Before I go in, I do an inventory of how many healing potions that we might have left.
Okay.
I don't know how many that is.
I've never had any.
Let's say you have 2.
Give us the
I think
answer.
we found 2.
Yeah.
We found 2.
I never had one.
Would
We found-
Renair
I
have any
think-
on him?
Renair would not. He came from a bar.
I think Sneezewort had one.
You
of
know,
them.
following that logic, I do get in a lot of bar fights. I think I should have stacked up at least 2 any night before I go. 1 for the bar fight and 1 for the hangover afterwards.
Nah, you usually win the fight. So you don't have to worry
Canonically,
about it.
I'm a real bitch. I get a black eye and I'm in pain.
I will give you 1 regular healing potion as a hangover cure.
Thank you.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, I think
You should
I'm
just see a
pretty
black
sure
screen at
Sneezewort
this point,
had one
everybody.
of the healing potions, so I'll go ahead and say that.
I think you had 1 from Krizik, 1 from Thoughtsy.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Let's just go with that.
Okay, and I just
Okay.
all right before I see Krizik and I see Marv running, and I'm just like, guys, you get hurt, you tell me right away.
Yes, the same. Everyone, please. I'll be better this time.
It
Yeah,
wasn't your
all right.
fault, Marv.
Marv, none of this is your
It
fault.
wasn't your fault.
The door to this old ancient tower is ajar. It's still a door.
It took me a second.
Krizik doesn't everybody gets up to the door, and Krizik just tries to shove it open.
All right, without taking any precautions, Krizik bashes open the door, and inside you see an old, what seems to be some sort of vestibule. There's vestibule, not vegetable.
Vegetable? A vegetable.
There's rotting tapestries adorning the walls. Mud and dirt have accumulated on the floor. If you wouldn't mind grabbing your dudimicles and placing them in here, Kenzie, if you don't see Renair, I can throw him in there for you. I don't know if he's in your journal.
Which one is the door we just came in?
Here we are.
Top north. Here, yeah, the top one.
Okay.
You're heading south.
Sneezewort is the anti-Dubois.
It's not letting me click and drag him.
Okay,
I'm
I thought I might have to do him. Where is he? Renair,
He's almost at the bottom.
Kaboink! Oh, he's on the wrong layer.
Kaboink.
Sorry. On the wrong layer. Don't know how to do things. Oh, Marv is inside Renair. Oh, I don't want to say.
Oh.
Oh, no.
There you go.
He didn't appear until after you moved me. I didn't see him. Sorry.
I had to move him over. Yes, I couldn't click on him. All right, so we're all here. There's a door to the south. Renair, you know that this tower was owned by a wizard at some time, but that was a long time ago when you were just a kid. No one seems to have owned it since. So it seems to be an abandoned tower. There is a door to the south.
Okay. I'm gonna go in first and kind of just gingerly open the door.
What is Renair?
That was
class-wise?
He is not a class. He is a swashbuckling NPC.
Yeah, so I don't know if I can check for traps or anything.
Everybody can check for traps.
It'll just be rolling your wisdom. So you have a
cool.
record sheet for him if you click on him, but it's going to be a little different than you're used to.
Yeah, did that do it?
Yeah, you would just click wisdom.
Okay.
And yeah.
Cool.
Seems good. Seems totally safe.
All right, I'm gonna gingerly open the door.
Where did you learn how to do that?
I had a really good friend once upon a time.
Boom, and the door opens. You see an old fireplace. There's a soot stain. It's soot stained. There's a lidless iron cauldron hanging on an iron hook on its hearth. These kids really don't learn their lesson, do they?
Are there any children in the cauldron?
The floor is littered with shards of broken glass, burned scraps of paper, twisted pieces of metal, and bird droppings. There is a stone staircase, spiral staircase leading up, and that seems to be where the noises are coming from.
Okay, let's go.
Krizik gets through the door, barely glances around to make sure there's no enemies, and starts heading up the stairs.
I'm coming too.
I'm following the little ones because I don't want them getting messed up.
Yeah, Krizik is not. I mean, obviously,
because y'all aren't thinking straight
himself at the moment, but he's very subdued, and he's got his sword in one hand, but it's almost dragging on the floor behind him.
Okay.
That's gonna dull the blade. Be careful.
All right, give me 1 second, everybody. Something did not want to populate. Why are you being like this? Not you guys, the computer. Did it. And... sorry, my token did not do what it's supposed to do. All right. So, Krizik, you're the first one up the staircase, right?
Yeah.
Jack.
I can't see both. What's
he messaged. I was just thinking that about the sword too.
Wait, hold on. Before Krizik goes up the stairs, I just, I don't try to grab him. I just lay my hand on his shoulder, and I'm like, Krizik, we just went through a lot. Let's let Renair go first. He has his wits about him. I would rather him go up the stairs first.
Krizik, do you allow this?
I know that you're mad and heartbroken, but it's safer.
I'll put my hand on the small of Rainier's back and say, whatever you do, the Tiamat has your back. And I cast guidance in case there's a skill check.
So who is going upstairs first? Is it Renair or
I'm
is it Krizik?
going first.
Krizik is like, no, I'm the first one in.
I pick you up and I move you behind me.
Oh.
Krizik will thrash. So
right.
Krizik if you try to pick him up, Krizik will thrash, and he won't swipe at you with the sword, but he will try to get out of your grasp.
As you noisily make your way up into the top level, you see Mirklav. You'll never forget his face. Apparently he drank a healing potion, so some of his hit points are back. You see him standing on one end of this tower. You're on the other side, and this is a level up. You also see the form of Squidly being held as a hostage. You actually won't see him yet. You'll see him now by a Kenku. And this is the same Kenku. In his hand, you see the stone you've been searching for. Mirklav seems to be casting a spell. And he yells down towards the staircase, "Don't interfere this time, or I'll put you down for good." And then to the Kenku, he says, "Leave the boy. Don't think I won't kill him to get what I want." And with that, I want to have if Renair and Krizik, if you can go on the 2 stair spaces.
Sure. I think this is the lower one.
It don't matter. What we're going to do is we're just going to treat that as difficult terrain, so you're going to have 1 less movement point. You won't need to move much. This is a tiny place. And we're going to roll initiative from this point.
Okay.
Remember, guys, if you die here, that's it. There's no coming back.
Yeah.
So.
What would I roll for initiative?
Oh, so in your character sheet?
Dexterity.
Oh, no. There's actually an initiative button. It says a D20 above it.
Ah.
Yep. Kenzie's playing a monster. It's Renair, but they use a monster stat block.
Ooh, 21.
There you go. Boom.
It's great.
It didn't take it because I didn't
You have to click on
my
the
token.
Yeah, you have to click on the token and then do it.
Man.
Sorry, didn't count.
How come Mirklav's dex?
I don't know why he has a tiebreaker on. No idea.
That's weird.
It's weird.
It's alright. If he's got a higher dex than 3, then he's faster than
Let's
me.
see.
14.
His dex is 14.
Mine's 16.
Then
It's
you should
okay.
go first. Give yourself if you can type it in there, can you give yourself a 12.5?
Sure.
I don't know if it'll let you. There you go. And now we're all in there, yes?
Mm-hmm.
All right, descending. Krizik, right behind Renair. You guys get to go first. What would you like to do? You see the murder of your friend.
I thought Renair rolled a 21.
But I didn't
click on the
token, so it didn't count.
Oh, I see. Okay, all right. Renair gets high enough that Krizik can sort of see Mirklav, and he sees him about to cast another spell.
Okay.
And there's no coherent thought. It's just rage.
All right. So what are you gonna do?
So Krizik twists one more time in Rainier's grasp, and he screams, "Let me go!" And he jumps up and attacks Mirklav.
All right. While you're getting ready to
rage.
attack, quick attack from the Kenku as he slashes at you. 24 for 4 piercing.
Okay. So because the rage was a bonus action,
you can take half. You can take half.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So as you jump to get this, the Kenku, surprised at you vaulting off the staircase, just managed to get a quick slash at you, but the pain doesn't even register as your focus is on Mirklav.
All right.
And then you can go ahead and do your action.
Yes, and I am attacking recklessly, mechanically, and for flavor. So there we go. That is a 16 for 6, and I'm going to. Well, does that hit?
It does hit. And
okay,
shit. Sorry, no. I did the wrong button. My.
Oh well, I'm gonna use my feat. What's it called?
Savage
Attacker. Yeah,
Okay.
to re-roll my damage.
Okay. So I'll just give you that 6 back.
Yeah, it's 1d10 plus 5. So it's actually 13 damage.
Ooh, okay. So you slash through. You see this arcane shield around him. As you hit, it just breaks through, and you cut deep into his shoulder, causing him to scream out in pain. Renair, you're next.
Okay, so I read up. I can do a multi-attack, is that correct?
A lot of them.
Word. So I'm gonna go for Mirklav. Am I in a good? Yes, I am in a good spot. Okay. So I'm gonna use my dagger first.
Okay.
Did I do it? Did it work? I clicked it. Oh, there it is. Oh, I'm gonna hit it twice. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. So the first one was the 17.
I'll take the first one.
Hit.
That's still a hit, though.
Okay, cool. So 5 damage for that, and then I get 2 attacks with my rapier. First attack. 20 for 7.
Jesus, yep. Oh, actually, that's going to do it. Now, you're going to kill him. You're going to kill him.
Oh, and I got another 20.
Yeah, he's already been injured. But
nice.
You can, if you like. Do you want to deliver the killing blow, or do you want to set it up so
I'm
Krizik
gonna
can?
set it aside and give it to Krizik. And Marv, can I let Marv come up here?
No, kill him now.
No,
Okay, I'm gonna
this
kill
is
him now.
flavor. So, Rainier, you can't wait for Marv. He's still downstairs.
Okay.
I'm behind them.
Yeah, you're coming up the staircase.
Yeah.
But really, in this position, you guys have been kind of struggling up the staircase, and you're kind of double teaming Mirklav.
Can I let Krizik do it?
Yeah. So, Krizik, you can just describe how this happens.
Yeah, okay, so, I think, so Krizik takes that first slash, and it, like, cuts deep into his shoulder, and almost at the same time, Rainier comes up behind him, and on one of the rapier attacks, it, like, pierces the uninjured shoulder and sort of like pins him in place, and then on the backswing of Krizik's strike, he comes like back up and just slashes him in half. And it almost follows the first slash across the chest. Like it's just like straight across. It's like diagonally across his torso. And he's like fully in 2 pieces now.
So,
does it like slowly slide off? Like it's delayed?
Yeah, it's definitely like the cut.
Yeah,
and then yeah, absolutely. So with that, Mirklav falls dead with a surprised look on his face, and the last thing you hear him whisper is, "I was so close." The Kenku mimics the sound of a child screaming, the child squealing in his hands, obviously trying to threaten that he will kill this child if you try and do anything. Marv, it is your turn.
Right, I'm gonna walk up the stairs to right here, and I'm gonna look at him, and I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt at his face.
That works. If it's a ranged attack, you will have disadvantage.
Well, aren't I? Okay.
Oh, if you're saying you're from the staircase, yeah, just go ahead and do it then. That's fine.
Okay. Well, I mean, I have more movement. I can get to a place where I'm not.
It's either you do disadvantage or I give him partial cover for the awkward shot.
Well, can I just finish my movement? Yeah. I've only moved 5 feet.
Sure. Knock yourself out.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna come right here.
Okay.
And cast Guiding Bolt at him.
That works. AC of 13.
Gotcha. Okay.
He has a little bit of cover with the boy. If you fumble, you will hit him.
Okay. I'm gonna cast it at level 2.
Okay.
So that is a thing. How do I never know what the fucking...
Angela, are you eating strawberry Pocky?
Emotional support Pocky.
Yeah.
Pocky friends.
Hold on.
Pocky pals.
This is what I'm snacking on. It's a giant box.
Oh my god.
That's not supposed to be 5d20. I'm sorry. I was trying to say a d20 plus 5.
That'll hit.
Excellent.
And then I think at 4th level it's 4d6?
At 2nd level it's I cast it.
Okay, so I think 5.
While you're getting those dice ready, these...
Target, the 2nd level is 5d6, yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I was gonna say, I've used that enough as Kimmer. I should know.
And he gets no save, it's just an attack, so he's hit.
This is just an attack roll.
Let's do it.
It's a spell attack, yeah.
And then I don't get my bonuses or anything like that. It's just 5d6.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm good at spell casting.
Holy shit. So you see this rage fill up with Marv. You see his eyes begin to glow as this bolt shoots out of his hand with more ferocity than you've ever seen, and the Kenku is disintegrated around Squidly, who falls to the ground. All that's left is his cloak as he dies. You hear this thunk as something heavy hits the floorboards of the stone floor of the tower. Squidly looks up to you with relief, and then he looks towards these pointy things. See what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Those are arrow slits, and he points towards one. He says, "Look out!" And through the arrow slits come these rather small, grapefruit-sized beholders.
Oh God.
Ooh.
No matter what happens with this roll, they're taking their turn to get in here, so Natel, you do get to take your turn, and then they're at initiative. So Natel, what would you like to do?
Alright, I'm going to... Alright, how much movement is going to take for me to get upstairs?
Just count those spots as rough terrain. You don't have to count double for Renair. So 5, 10, let's say 15 feet and you're up.
Okay, so 15... I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast Flame Blade.
Sweet.
Okay. So, and I'm gonna attack this brazier.
Okay.
So that's a 9, and then it's my melee spell. Would that just be my spellcast proficiency to add on to it?
No, the melee. If it's a melee, your spell attack modifier should be on your sheet.
Okay.
So your spell attack modifier is 6.
It's a +6, so that's a 15.
That does hit.
All right, and it's 3d6. 16 points of damage.
Awesome. So running up, seeing just the chaos around you and the rage of your fallen friends, you just cleave this gazer in half, and he splashes against the wall like a water balloon. Super dead.
Oh, good.
Dead.
Okay.
Good job. Anything else?
I think I have a little bit of movement left.
Free to use it.
So I'm going to just come over here.
Okay, while you're doing that, I'm going to resort the initiative now that the gazers are in it. Krizik, you are up.
Oh, okay. Krizik will... Krizik will get to here.
Okay.
And he'll sort of like... He'll grab, like, as he's passing by, he's almost trying to, like, trade spots with Squidly to get him away from the gazer, and he'll grab Squidly's shirt and be like, "Get downstairs, stay there," and sort of, like, push him towards the stairs.
He stumbles and runs down the stairs.
Yeah, and then he'll turn around and attack the gazer.
Let's do it.
Once again, attacking recklessly.
Okay. Unfortunately,
11 to hit.
That is not going to hit. You swing, and he just bobs out of the way as you spent too much time talking to Squidly, trying to get him safe. Weren't able to focus on the gazer. The gazer next to Natel is going to go next. I have to roll randomly. That's right. These guys be rando. They have rando.
They're wild.
Wild eyes. 2 of the following magical eyes at random. Reroll difficulties, choosing 1 or 2 targets. It can see when it's everybody. Okay, so his first one. He uses telekinetic ray. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he only has 4 targets because this little boy has run downstairs. I'm going to roll 1d4 to see who I hit, starting with Natel and going counterclockwise. That's Natel. So Natel, you need to make are you medium or large?
I think I'm only medium.
Okay.
You're medium. You count as large for carrying.
Gotcha. So you have to make a strength saving throw as you feel your body being pulled up by his telekinetic ray. Nope, never mind. He isn't able to lift you up. You see him, like, vibrating with struggle as he's trying to, like, mentally lift.
I just kind of look down at him and I'm like, really?
You're doing a staring contest with a mini beholder? That's great. And then with that, Renair, you're next.
Okay, so I am going to go ahead and at the gazer that's trying to mess with Natel.
Okay.
I'm going to question.
Yep.
The multi-attack, it works with a thrown dagger as well?
It does not say it does.
Oh, wait, no, because then I have to go up there to hit him with a rapier anyway.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Might as well just run up and do the full on.
Might as well just run up. Yeah, so actually, since Marv's up there with Natel, I'm going to go to the gazer with Krizik.
Okay.
This dude.
Yep.
And that was not the button I wanted to hit.
All right, so you just saw you just saw Krizik miss his attack against the gazer. You're trying to catch him
Back him up.
before he can recuperate. Jesus. Renair's a beast!
Yeah, I am big hitty boy today. I love this.
Damn!
Holy shit!
First nat 20.
Okay, with
God.
that,
Okay, there we go.
you thrust your rapier forward and you pop him, and he just like explodes. It's nasty. There's only one left. Marv, it's your turn. Can you do it?
Well, we'll certainly try with tactics.
Okay.
Oh.
And I said I'm sick of you little shits. And I will tactics 24 for 5.
Yep, that hits.
Tiamat really wants me to kill this thing.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it again.
24 for 5.
Yep, that'll do it.
Wow.
He is barely alive. His like central eye has been stabbed and is just oozing all over his small body. Natel.
All right, so I'm filled with like not quite like maternal rage, but like mom friend rage.
Okay.
And I
Maternal adjacent.
maternal adjacent rage. Yes.
That's the name of this episode.
And I'm just going to try to cut him open with my flame blade.
Fantastic.
So
For you.
and hopefully I hit. All right, so that's dirty. That's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, absolutely. That hits. How much damage do you do?
3d6.
Oh, Jesus.
Killing it tonight.
7 damage. With that, you swing your flame blade, and it catches into the gazer, slashing him, instantly cauterizing the wound as the grapefruit-sized body just slams into the ground with a wet slop. And with that, all the gazers have been killed.
Okay.
Way to go, guys.
Under her breath, Natel was just muttering like, "No one else, no one else, no one else," like while she was attacking.
Yeah. As
Nice.
soon as
Stop
all
on my
of the
heart some
enemies
more.
are dead, Krizik like sort of like falls out of the rage, and he's almost immediately back to like just like completely sort of like despondent and like almost unresponsive. But like his foot kicks the rock where it fell when the Kinku was disintegrated,
Okay.
and he like picks it up and he's like, "So this was it, huh?"
So I am a bad GM, and I forgot to upload a picture of this, so I'm going to send it to you now. Just give me a quick sec.
Okay.
I'm gonna step on the remains of the little gazers, just like squish them.
Yep, they make a satisfying pop. It's like stepping on like seedlings when you're outside. Okay, so let me go ahead and place this here so you can see it. There you go. It's a very strange looking item. It's definitely hard stone, but it has these three. What's the word? Just they make you uncomfortable. These strange eyes. Looks to be.
That is the weirdest loaf of bread.
Yeah, that's just a baguette. What are you talking about?
Now, Krizik, as
That's
you
a
hold this in your
moldy
hand,
loaf of bread that someone left out.
He said it was a hard, rock. Baguettes are already typically pretty
it is.
hard.
It's a very French baguette. Says you hold onto this evil baguette with these three apparently almost look like eyes, and you can feel them like bear into you as you say, "This is it, huh?" You think you see the middle one blink.
Whatever. And he like puts it in a pack.
All right.
And he doesn't look at anybody. He just starts heading back down the stairs to check on Squidly.
Squidly is cowering in the corner near the fireplace.
Okay.
Can you get away from the fire, please?
He's hiding in the pot.
Oh,
We all head back down.
that's an interesting way to process trauma. Okay.
Right?
It's what I know.
Krizik sees him in the pot for some reason.
Wait,
He's
did he crawl into the pot?
Yes.
I thought he was just cowering by the fire.
I changed my mind. I like this better.
You look so stressed out.
I'm trying to be so serious, but Chris is over here being the funny man. Okay.
Sorry.
It's just, can we take him back to the house? Can we
Yeah,
just go
Krizik
home?
is like,
The necromancer and the Kinku are dead. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I'll walk over to the cauldron and I'll hold up my hand like, come on, we're going to take you back to Nat and Jinx. Let's go back to our house.
All right. So at this point, it's getting to be closer to dawn. As you make your way back to the house, you see Troll Skull Manor in front of you. As you enter, you do see Floon. He's there. He looks up as soon as you enter. He's like, "Oh, thank God you're safe. They brought Valtreya and your friends to the House of the Holy Hands. They hope they'll be able to recover her soon. I just didn't know where else to wait." And he embraces Renair.
Okay. Now that we've brought Squidly home, I look to Marv and Chris and like, I'm going to head to the, what is it called?
Falconmere?
The place. No.
the House
the
of
Holy Hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's.
I just look at them. Do you guys want to head over to the temple?
I will come later. I need to go get something.
Now, as you're discussing where you're going to go, you do notice that the construct you left laying on its side, looking out of the hole that was drilled into the floor, is now sitting at the bar.
Wait, I don't think this is weird because I've never seen it.
Functioning?
Doesn't appear to be. It looks as still as it was before.
Krizik like looks back and forth because he's like, no, I put that thing on the floor, and then he like looks over to like behind the bar and he's like,
Liv, did you move the thing?
Floon looks at you curiously. Who are you talking to?
The ghost.
There's a ghost who lives in the house. He's fine.
Yes, he's our ghost
Could have told me
bartender
that before I waited here for you.
housekeeper.
He won't hurt you. He might throw a tankard at you, but that's fine.
Throw a glass. Just be clean. Just pick up.
Be prepared to duck.
The place looked pretty good when I got here, actually.
Was the thing sitting there when you got here?
Thing?
The golden man.
The Nimblewright.
Oh, yeah. I figured he was a decoration. He was sitting here when I got here.
Okay. Well, I'm
sort of like
going to bed.
Krizik is like a little frustrated now. He goes over to the bar and like, is there like dust or anything on the countertop of the bar?
So you sit on the bar, you take the stone, and you slam it down on the table. You notice all its eyes are closed now. And there's actually no dust. It looks like someone dusted recently, which is strange.
Yeah. Krizik sort of like looks like up and down the bar, like as if he's gonna see Liv standing there. But he says again, he's like, Liv, did you move the Nimblewright?
There doesn't seem to be any response.
All right, yeah. He just like shrugs and he's like, okay, whatever. And he turns back to Natel and he's like, Holy Hands?
Yes, let's go. I don't even have. I just look at it and I'm like, no, and then I turn back around and leave.
Yeah.
So I am going to head down into the cellar where I sleep and where also Sneezewort slept. and as I pass by where he sleeps, I'm going to pull out just the saved dead rat I have and leave it on his bed, and then I'm going to go to my hole that I've dug, and I've sort of dug into the ground underneath the wall, into the ground, and like I have like a weird little cavern that I sleep in now, and that's where I'm just going to sleep.
Okay.
I want to go and see them, but I
need time.
I need time.
Renair, Floon is sort of, glad you're okay and looking towards you as to what you want to do. He looks tired. Oh, you're muted.
I'm muted. Do this every time.
The silent treatment,
At least
but I didn't
once.
drink that much this time.
Drink water. So you said Floon looks tired? Or
He
I look
does.
tired?
He does. You can't tell
Okay.
whether it's just worry for you. You're definitely the more adventurous type, and he is the more domesticated of the pair. So he likes it when you're home. But
Okay.
So cute.
I'm gonna go help them. It'll be okay. You stay here and watch the orphans. Or go home, whatever works for you, but I'm gonna go out with them.
I suppose I can take them home. Should I meet you back at our place, or are we going to meet back here?
You're gonna take the kids to our place?
No, I was going to take them home, wherever that is. Right, kids? They're like, well...
I don't think they have a home.
They don't have a home.
We're orphans.
Honey, are we having this topic right now?
Oh, no. Well, why couldn't they stay here?
Are you? I thought they weren't a couple.
Floon and Renair are
They're not a couple.
absolutely-
Oh, they're
they're
not a
fucking together.
couple.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
not a
Yeah.
couple.
In denial.
well, they just haven't
I
made it
gotcha.
official. They're friendos with benefitos, but yeah. So, yeah.
We've all read that fan fiction. They end up together in the end.
With the orphans. They adopt the orphans.
Just let them stay here. We still have that big plot upstairs. It's fine.
Alright, can you just stay here with the kids? Make sure they don't run off and break anything?
Absolutely. I won't let them out of my sight.
Perfect. I'll meet you back here and then we can dunk
Kids
the
running
kids
on
on
the
the
board.
other people and we'll be good.
All right, sounds good. So with that, you head down the streets. Dawn is just breaking. You see some merchants starting to set up their stalls as you head towards the Holy Hands Temple, which looms in front of you. It's always been a welcoming sight, as it's just non-denominational. Anyone's welcome, and healing. It's basically the first aid clinic of Waterdeep. So you head inside. Some of the acolytes direct you to your friends. You see the bodies of Thoughtsy and Krizik as they've been positioned. Oh, sorry, no, Sneezewort. Sorry, my mistake. Sneezewort and Thoughtsy. They're lying on slabs. It looks like the acolytes have cleaned them up, preparing them for burial. They haven't done anything to the corpses. Thoughtsy is... Nope. Damn it. Altrea is lying on basically a stretcher. There's a couple of clerics tending to her needs. She's still unconscious, but you see her chest slowly rise with breath. She's still alive. She's just unresponsive. What would you like to do?
Krizik.
Okay, I feel like... oh, sorry, go ahead.
Krizik, I think, would sort of walk past Valtrea and I think just gently pat her hand, if he can reach it through the clerics, but then he'll just go and he'll stand and stare at where Sneezewort is laying covered.
He looks peaceful.
Natel?
Alright, so have the clerics finished treating Beltrea?
Yes. They look to you and say, "We've done what we can. It's up to her now."
Okay. Okay, at this point I feel like Krizik and I are both exhausted. We have...
Yeah.
So I look at Krizik and I'm like, I need... Marv is resting. I need to rest. You need to rest. And then tomorrow, we sleep for a while. and we can figure out how we want to honor Sneezewort and Thoughtsy. And we need to contact their families too. But you and I need to rest.
Krizik, I think, when you mention like contacting their families, Krizik looks up at you and he's like, I'll go talk to Sneezeworth's family.
Okay.
Does Sneezewort have a lot of family in Waterdeep?
Yeah, his parents are in the city.
Okay.
Yeah. Where are Thoughtsy's parents or family?
Out of character, I don't know.
I don't think I ever made her a family because.
Okay.
She just sprang into existence.
Yeah. Was Thoughtsy like religious? Did she follow a specific god?
I don't.
No, she was haunted by a
sword.
ghost.
Okay. All right. Okay.
We never got into that.
But we'll probably just try to put her at. Okay. We'll
just
probably
cremate
put her
her
as best as we can. Yeah. All right.
Like a Viking cremation.
Okay. So, as I see Krizik leave, I look down to Veltreya and I just climb into bed with her and I hold her and I tell her that I still need her and that she needs to stay.
Okay. It might be your imagination, but as you just hold Veltreya's hand, just looking over the body, you think you feel a soft squeeze, but it might have just been your imagination. It might be your fatigue playing tricks on you.
Okay, and I will just stay here and I will cuddle with Veltreya for however long we decide we need to rest.
So the acolytes say, please, if anything comes, we'll send someone right away. Or we can at least try to make you more comfortable.
No.
Very well. So, Krizik, are you heading back to the manor on your own, or what are you doing?
You said it's approaching dawn?
Yeah, probably not the best way to start someone's day. You also have not rested.
Yeah, that's true.
You see Natel standing over Valtreya, or at least kneeling next to her bed. Natel looks exhausted.
I got in there with her.
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Well,
as best as I could. So do I see Krizik like waver? Like, I look at Krizik and I'm like...
it's not that big of a bed. This is more of a medical stretcher. It's not a king-size stretcher.
Veltreya on top of me.
Let's make our own Stone of Golorr. No, so yeah. So,
I am the bed now.
all right.
No, I think Krizik will just sort of like shake his head and turn and leave.
All right, as you turn and leave, Renair jumps over and immediately flops into... No, I'm just kidding. I got time.
No, I think before Krizik goes home, he will... I think that Krizik will use the sewer entrance by the manor.
Okay.
And go down into the sewers and... I'm trying to think. I think he'll pull out his trumpet.
Okay.
And start quietly playing his half of a duet.
All right.
That him and Sneezewort probably played at some point. And this is
sort of going to echo underneath the streets.
Like it echoes. Right. I think he's trying to play quietly, and it's very somber. Like it's usually like a very jaunty, like probably like some kind of jig or like a dance. But he's playing it a lot slower than it's meant to be. And like on the last note, it just sort of echoes, and after it's entirely faded, I think then Krizik will go back up and into the manor and go to bed.
None of that was needed for my soul.
You're welcome.
You're fucking good at this, Seb.
I don't like you anymore. I'm deleting you off Facebook.
Listen, when I say that I have been thinking of almost nothing but this session for the last week, I'm not joking.
Yeah, I got pretty jazzed once I figured I could play a little bit differently. I'm excited.
So after Krizik leaves, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna completely forget about Floon, by the way.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go to my office, like to my house, to the office, and I'm gonna start like researching and trying to find out who Sneezewort's parents are, so I can get an address.
Okay.
And get everything ready for Krizik in the morning.
Yes, you can absolutely do that. This would be a little out of character. You could probably hire someone to do it.
Yeah, but I'm like full of like rage still.
Okay, sure.
Because like they were my friend. Like, so I go and completely like, this is what I need to do, and I go and do all the legwork.
Firemail says, "Thanks for playing Sneezewort off, Krizik. If only he'd still be there to make everyone else's ears bleed with his crank harp."
That's Jack.
So Renair moves over towards...
Is that Jack?
It is Jack.
It's got to be.
Is it? Oh, nice.
So with that, Renair departs, looking for leads to find Sneezewort's parents. Krizik, you're heading back to the manor house?
Yeah, I think he probably gets back and sees Floon and the kids still sitting there. I'm sure Floon is trying, like, almost unsuccessfully to keep their attention because they're children.
So you head to the manor house expecting to see Floon and the children. However, when you open the door, standing directly in front of the door is Nim's Nimblewright, and he's pointing towards the bar. He's immobile, but standing in that position, pointing towards the bar. As you look past him, you see Floon standing there, standing exceptionally tall with a vacant look in his eyes. In his hand, you see the Stone of Golorr.
Ah, fuck.
The kids are over. You just got a brand new cauldron, and they've all hidden in the cauldron. And
oh my god!
All three of them in this cauldron.
It's a really big
huge cauldron.
And you see Floon's eyes roll back in his head, and in a deep voice that is not his own, he says, 3 keys to find the dragons.
Just go to sleep.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Marv, you hear shouting from upstairs. Do you yell, go the fuck to sleep?
I just bang on the ceiling. No, I'll go upstairs if I hear things. I'll go like, what's going on?
Yeah,
it's been too long of a day.
Dude, it's morning. How many people are gonna knock on the door?
I've already changed my hit points. What the fuck is the problem?
I think Krizik, like keeping like half an eye on the Nimblewright. He like edges past it and like further into the house, and he looks. Staring at Floon, he addresses Nat, Squidly, and Jenks, and he's like, "What happened?"
You're like, he touched the stone that was on the bar, and he started talking in another voice. The strange metal man at the bar, he stood up and started moving towards the door just as you came in.
What has Floon been saying?
Something about dragons and 3 keys. It's all very strange. It seems to have taken over his body. With all that, as you're contemplating it, you hear him say, "Royal blood, shape changer, and the third thing."
No, not the third.
Where is it? And construct. And then he starts saying those 3 things over and over. Construct, royal blood, shape changer. 3 keys to the dragons.
Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I have this right down. Okay. Krizik will... I'm trying to think. I think Krizik is just gonna run up and try to... Like, he grabs, like, a rag that left on the
his mug
on
wiping
the bar top.
Yep.
Yeah, and he tries to like grab the stone from Floon.
As you approach him, he starts levitating a good 6 inches off the ground, and his voice deepens. And
Full of a
continues to
tug.
say it. Marv, you're seeing this happen in front of you.
Yeah, I'm seeing if I can do a thing. I have to see if it's something that I'm allowed on my cleric's list.
Yeah, basically, Krizik is going to, like, grab the rag and try to, like, grapple Floon to get the stone away. Like, he'll hop on, like, he'll jump up onto the bar, like, the bar counter.
Okay.
And if Floon starts floating out of reach, he'll jump up there and, like, try to grab him.
Go ahead and roll a grapple check, so it's going to be your athletics.
Sure. Not advantage, because I'm not raging currently.
No, don't kill Floon. Renero will be very upset.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem it.
It seems
and it's just a straight athletics?
Yes.
Okay. That was an 11.
All right, as you jump onto the back of the floating Floon, that's fun to say, it's almost like hitting a stone statue. He's completely immobile. His muscles seem to be locked in almost like a rigor. You're unable to do anything to him. It seems like it's not even like lowering him back down to the ground. Mark, what would you like to do?
While Krizik is holding him, I will like hop up on the counter and just touch him, and I will cast protection from evil and good.
Okay,
that might do something.
You cast that spell, and as it sort of envelops him, his eyes begin to refocus. They're no longer roll back in his head. He slowly lowers to the ground, and he looks around, sort of bewildered. He sees the stone in his hand, and he drops it and moves away from it. He's like, "Ah, I saw it."
What did you say? Very tired. Okay, sure.
Yeah, Krizik is like angry and frustrated now. He grabs Floon, I guess, like he grabs like his shirt sleeves and he like shakes him and he's like, "What? Tell us what you saw."
So, it was terrible. It was all I saw at first was strange eyes in the water, and I felt like I had extra like tentacles emanating from me. And as this vision cleared, I saw where it was. I saw where the vault is. I know where Neverember's dragons are.
Okay, well, write it down somewhere.
All I know is now I know why everyone's searching for the stone. It tells you what you need to enter. We need royal blood, a construct, and a shifter.
Yeah, you were spouting that shit when it was like possessing you. We got that.
Yeah, that's great. Where's this thing?
It's right below in the sewers. I know exactly where it is. It's right near the castle
it's
wall.
in the sewers. That's
great.
But
I know exactly where because the DM read that part of the manual, and now he knows where to go.
No. Look, I'm not. It's fine that you don't know exactly where it is. It's in the sewers. That's where everything seems to be.
Hold on, let me go outside and knock on your door, and then I'll tell you where it is.
Yes, please wake us up again.
So,
all right, well, yeah, that's fine. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out sometime. We have the stone now.
We're not trying to be assholes, but it's been a really long, awful day, and our friends are dead, and you are just possessed, and this fucking robot is moving again, and I don't know where our ghost is. A couple of our friends are in the hospital. You have to understand that I don't care right now that this rock is fucking talking to you.
That's so. Oh my God. That's so great. Marv is so mad. With that, he looks like he's like, I think the best thing we do is go to sleep.
Yes, I think so too.
So
maybe,
with that,
and I don't. This is just for future, for your own good for the future. Don't touch shit that you don't know about and it isn't yours.
I was hungry. I thought it was a baguette. So with that, the camera begins.
No, I understand. Then I get it. No, that's fair. Totally fair.
I didn't bite it. So with that, the camera pans out on Troll's Call Manor. The characters just wanting to go to bed. These strange clues dropped in their laps. Natel keeping warm with Valtreya, hoping her friend revives soon. Krizik looking down in the cellar where Sneezort used to sleep, and then goes up to his fancy bed, seeing the sort of disposition between the way the two goblins have lived. Renair pouring himself over books, trying to find records of Sneezewort's family. And with that, we're going to end